Hello, my name is Howard Elton, and I'm the Process Control and Automation Leader for Koch Ag and Energy, the ammonia fertilizer division of the Koch companies. Today I'll be sharing with you a story of our journey to the plant of the future and how we're using digital transformation to help us get there. For this presentation, I'll start with our vision and how we chose to think about not only the plant of the future, but also our roadmap, how we wanted to get there. Next, I'll discuss the economic drivers that compelled Koch to begin this journey. I'll also share a picture of how we see people's roles changing in our organization so that the organization is ready for the plant of the future. We'll follow that with a detailed look at our focus areas for 2019, and I'll wrap things up with a look at the new focus areas we added in 2020 and the outcomes we've achieved to date. In May of 2018, the Koch Ag and Energy leadership teams began working on a roadmap that would lead us to the plant of the future. It's a 3 to 5 year plan, and you can see the first 3 years on this slide as foundation, transition, transform. Above that, we chose the symbol of improved process control as our emblem for success because we recognized that process control would play a key role in transforming our operations. We knew the role of the operators would change and that the role of process control would change and become far more important. In summary, our journey to the plant of the future is about leveraging automation to become fully optimized in terms of safety, capacity, and costs. It means being fully connected. Real-time plant information is available 24/7, everywhere and for all stakeholders. And it means being fully integrated, all data systems working seamlessly together to achieve this optimum state. The overall vision for how we wanted to accomplish our transformation journey included rapid adoption of tools and methods, leading to increased production and decreased risk, and an improvement to the sense of fulfillment experienced by our employees. And this speaks to the need to understand how roles change in the future. Another area of thought leadership is around value drivers, thinking through the most important problems or the greatest areas of discomfort that would benefit from transformation. For Koch Ag and Energy, it was in several areas that are typical for chemical manufacturers or refiners. First and foremost, it's around safety, process safety and functional safety, along with the OSHA mechanical integrity requirements that also drive reliability. Also important to us were run rates and capacities for our existing process technologies, our uptimes, our stream factors. We also wanted to improve how we manage turnarounds and how we emerge from turnarounds, knowing that there are several complex factors to this. We also had some operating cost issues to address, including how we move product from our gates out to the fields where farmers are planting. I'll talk more in detail about these when I give the 2020 updates. For some companies, these value drivers may mean the dark plant or the fully autonomous operation. But for most of us, it's not yet that futuristic. For most, there will be a few incremental improvements along with a few step change improvements from the new technologies that digital transformation brings. Once you've decided on the direction and these broad goals, choosing those technologies, the how to get there, that's the fun part. All of this should be the basis for your thought leadership around digital transformation. And with clarity around the problems you want to solve, the decisions then for what's most meaningful and most achievable for your business, your markets, and your process technologies will emerge. Expect some bumps and bruises. Be ready for some small-scale experiments in the most risky areas, and I recommend you only include a few of those at a time. Many companies will just need to apply the tried and true technologies that already are common in that industry, but may be new to that specific company. And there were several of these for Koch Ag and Energy. What does Koch Ag and Energy think the future will look like for its operating units? To us, operators will become production analysts, supporting optimization instead of responding to alarms or unplanned events. They will be focused on how their automation is performing. They'll be focused on solving automation performance problems and shortcomings. They'll be looking ahead and using data to improve equipment performance. This is an organizational transformation that might create some fear. And this is an important area of thought leadership for digital transformation. High-level leaders must be very clear that digital transformation is not about headcount reduction, but it's about personal and professional transformation as well. Taking the whole organization to a higher level, learning and growing new skills and capabilities at all levels. In other words, everyone gets some new aspects to their jobs. Yet even this may not be comfortable for some people, and here's where leaders need to be sensitive to individual needs, bringing reassurance to those who struggle with change so that they too believe they have someplace they'll fit and they'll still have a role. By doing that, leaders are able to keep the negative down to a minimum and keep their organization moving ahead on their journey to digital transformation. At Koch Ag and Energy, we also had a vision for the engineering side, for process and process control teams. APC, for example, is an aspect of the transformation that is new to Koch Ag and Energy, but not necessarily new to industry and not even new to Koch in general. Our sister companies, Flint Hills Resources and others inside of Koch, have had APC for a number of years. But for the ammonia business, process controls are quickly becoming the tools that we use to drive digital transformation for people and for systems. DCS, APC, smart instruments, and longer term, looking ahead to fully automated startups and shutdowns through state-based control, which then will move Koch Ag and Energy closer to autonomous operations. These tools remove human intervention. They help spot trends and prevent failures. They capture and apply the best process knowledge, and best of all, they limit exposure risk to our people in the field. Here's a little bit more detailed look at the focus areas in our roadmap. 2019 was a year of building foundation for digital transformation, and that included installing best-in-class turbo machinery protection systems on our large rotating machines. It included making progress on instrumentation asset health monitoring, optimizing production by putting process control metrics in place and by experimenting with APC. It included getting IT/OT infrastructure in place, along with newer, more up-to-date software applications and relational databases instead of the more typical flat files and paper work processes. And this enabled significant improvement in our work processes, eliminating mundane and wasteful work and enabling higher value activity and reducing risk of human errors. This also helped us maximize the use of operational data. The last piece for 2019 is about sustainability, institutionalizing these new technologies and their associated new work processes. You can see the technology platforms that we chose for each component of this transformation. These are listed to the right in the white area. Emerson Machine Health Monitoring was one that we used, although there are several good products out there. We're applying Yokogawa's PRM and Emerson's AMS. Both of these play a key role for us, along with ValveLink, Smart Plant Instrumentation, and Maximo for our computerized maintenance management system. We then layered on Honeywell's CPM product to help us measure and improve the performance of our PID controllers. We're also using AspenTech DMC3 for our APC technology. ZoloScan is listed here. This is a Koch technology for combustion measurement and control. You also see IT/OT tools listed here. These are providing us the in-field connectivity to digital transformation applications, such as Data Splice, GoCanvas, and to Maximo, our maintenance management system. Additionally, in 2019, we wanted to use digital methods to take the guesswork out of our most common work processes, such as training, management of change, and again, the process safety and functional safety handoffs, and those life cycle activities. Also, management of engineering standards and practices. So we've migrated to better digital tools here for these applications, including Enablon and Excellentia. One other piece of the foundation was finding better ways to make all of this data flow. Process data, asset data, project data, administrative data. And you see those tools listed there as the business and the DCS wireless tools. For 2020, we've added a focus area around environmental stewardship. And I want to be clear that this is not a regulatory issue for us, but it's only an optimization goal for Koch Ag and Energy. We also added a focus on improving how our plants transition from run state to idle state during unexpected events. Finally, we also added some capacity expansion goals, particularly around our upgrade products like urea and UAN. In the end, what have we accomplished? How has digital transformation for Koch Ag and Energy become a reality? Well, 2020 is on track to deliver a strong transition, including one APC model having been in place for a year, and we're going to deliver 5 more in the first quarter of 2021. We have several of our plants operating at 90% of process control loops operating in their highest state. We've deployed protective controls on all our turbo machinery, and now we're moving to the best-in-class regulatory controls for these machines as well. Our mechanical integrity program is in place and functioning. Paperwork processes there have been eliminated and are being replaced by digital work processes using tablets in the field on our pervasive wireless network. In our tank farm and loading operations, truck drivers now have their DOT paperwork, bills of lading, commercial paperwork, all on their cell phones. They can request and schedule a pickup time by phone. They're tracked real time as they approach the delivery site, and they have a full picture of their wait and loadout times. The truck load in and load out is also automatic through the web apps on the cell phone, and this has eliminated huge lines of trucks outside our plants during the major planting seasons. We have a process analytics tool called Asset 360, and we're building out our Pi Asset framework for these process analytics, and we've done similar things for our instrumentation assets. We've adopted a single digital tool for all our process safety and functional safety lifecycle activities, thus eliminating a huge risk of human error, as previously data was transferred manually from one tool to another. In the same way, our MOC process is completely digital and includes access to operations, maintenance, and engineering documentation. This digitalization is undergirded by 2 wireless networks at each of our plant sites. 2021 promises to be another banner year regarding digital transformation. We have a solid vision for state-based control, and we're applying some exciting new technologies to achieve our goals in this area. We're experimenting with many types of wireless devices, most of which go straight up into our Pi and business networks for monitoring, but many of which come into our DCS network so board operators can see them. We're experimenting with drones in several applications, including solids inventory management, flare performance, and equipment monitoring. We're continuing our APC journey, and we're also exploring the newer tools like deep learning process control. So to sum up, The digital transformation journey can be real, it can deliver tangible outcomes, and it can truly make work and life easier and more straightforward. And it can also work across all areas of your company, from product sales and delivery to manufacturing through engineering and projects. Today in this presentation, I have focused on what Koch Ag and Energy has done in 2 years, in 2019 and 2020. For you, keep in mind that there are many voices in the marketplace attempting to drive digital transformation and touting many new shiny objects. So be curious, but also do your homework. Digital transformation truly is a journey that requires a deep focus on the readiness aspects first: data, infrastructure, people, and how data is consumed. This is the foundation that I've been speaking of. This is what delivers robust situational awareness. And then, with situational awareness in place, the transition into strong decision support and increasingly autonomous operation is possible. And with that, I'll bring my presentation to a close and open it up to the audience for questions.